Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Harry here with Bodybuilding Bros. I wanted to make a video on just some bench press tips and just how I set up and my cues for the bench press. Figured I'd do it appropriately over to some bench press work. This is from today. This was 3 sets of just like explosive work, but just to get right into it, for my setup, I always try to get my upper back tight first, which if you guys watch my sets, you'll see that I do that. Usually I kind of go up on my heels and just dig my shoulder blades and my traps into the bench. That's what's most comfortable for me, so that's how I've been doing it. The next thing I'll do is set up my butt, like drive my heels down and make sure that my butt is as close to my upper back as possible, just to increase that arch. And then the next thing I'll do is set my feet. So I try to pull my feet back as close as I can to like my butt on the floor, and then plant my heels down, which some people I know don't do, but that's always been what's most comfortable for me, so that helps me like activate my glutes and everything and just keep my lower body tight throughout the bench press. The last thing I do before unracking the weight is squeeze the bar, and what that does is it just helps me keep my upper body as tight as possible, and especially my lats. The next thing I want to touch on was just unracking the weight. As you guys know, I don't bench with like a spotter or anything. I just bench in the squat rack, so if you guys have a spotter, this probably doesn't apply to you, but for unracking the weight, I always try to perform it almost like a lat pullover, so that I don't lose my upper back position, and I especially don't lose any of that tightness, because if I let my shoulder blades kind of like relax a little bit, then it'll just throw off my entire bench press. So once the weight is unracked and I'm ready to start the eccentric part of the lift, I'll make sure that I'm squeezing the bar as much as I can, again, just to ensure that my upper body is completely tight. And then I'll think of the eccentric part of the motion as almost like a upside down barbell row. So I'll be sure to contract my lats on the way down, and this will just help them stay really tight and help my body stay tight in general. And I'll make sure that my elbows, my wrists, and the bar are all in a straight line that's perpendicular to the floor. So after that, you just drive up, and I've always found it most comfortable to let my elbows flare out a little bit. So that's the way I set up my bench, and those are the cues I think about while benching. I hope that's helpful to you. Here's the last clip of this video. This was 325 for a single that I hit last Monday, so I was really happy with this. It went up pretty smoothly, and just happy with that in general. I'm looking forward to progressing a little bit more on this on my bench press and see what happens. I'll put a summary of all the tips I gave at the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.